There's a dead body on stage, basically, at the very top of the real Inspector Hound. What we did for our show was we had the artistic director of the company come out and thank the audience.
I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you so much for coming tonight. It is a pleasure to have you.
And then get shot.
The story of the play itself was very, very complicated.
The Real Inspector Hound starts with a couple of theatre critics, Moon and Birdboot, who have come to see a play.
Well, what happens is that Birdboot arrives, having had several drinks in the theatre bar with the other critics.
Tonight's going to be first-class family entertainment. But if it goes beyond 9:30...
So Birdboot is the senior critic for his journal of unimpeachable integrity, and Moon is the junior critic for his magazine, journal, whatever it is.
Hello, Birdboot.
Oh. Where's Higgs?
I'm standing in tonight.
Higgs is the #1 critic, and Moon is his second string.
And so Moon continuously throughout the show is complaining about being the second string critic.
It shall follow me to my grave and become my epitaph. Here lies Moon, the second string. Where's Higgs?
He lives with a wife whom he doesn't like at all.
I didn't bring Myrtle tonight. Not exactly her cup of tea, I thought, tonight.
Moon is the intellectual. Birdboot is the practical man of the theatre.
It's sort of a thriller, isn't it?
Is it?
Well, that's what I thought. Who killed Boom Boom? No one leave the room.
I suppose so, underneath.
Underneath? It's a whodunit, man. Look at it. Has it started yet?
The play within the play begins slowly, because really it begins with a pause.
You usually don't begin theater with a pause. For me, there's real panic back there.
First character to come out into the play is Mrs. Drudge, who's actually the maid of Muldoon Manor. She has a bit of a habit for the bottle.
Mrs. Drudge was just such a pain in my side.
As the play progresses, Mrs. Drudge ends up turning on the radio, and there's a police message about a handsome stranger who's on the loose.
The search still goes on for the escaped madman who was on the run in Essex.
Essex. As Mrs. Drudge is listening to this at the radio, and she's very concerned, in behind her walks Simon Gascoigne.
Oh! Hello there. I'm Simon Gascoigne.
He chit-chats with Mrs. Drudge. He doesn't really like her all that much.
I say, it's wonderful how you country people really know weather.
No weather? What?
Simon actually meets up with Felicity, a young flame, the first of many throughout the play.
Clearly, Birdboot had had drinks the previous night with the actress that plays Felicity.
I say, that's the one!
You! Oh, yes. Hello again.
So we quickly get the idea that Simon is not to be trusted.
About the things I said, it may be that I got carried away a little. We both did.
What are you trying to say?
I love another.
She was a bit, the jilted lover.
Oh, I will kill you for this, Simon Gascoigne!
And of course, Mrs. Drudge is there to hear all of this.
She's just, part of the furniture in the manor.
Simon's lucky enough to meet up with his current love, Cynthia, Lady Cynthia Muldoon, that is.
Simon!
It's Lady Muldoon. She's beautiful.
He hasn't seen her until the curtain comes up and she walks on stage. So as soon as he sees her, he thinks, wow, this is a babe.
Cynthia!
Don't say anything for a moment. Just hold me.
Oh, she's beautiful. A symphony of beauty. A poem.
I think she's got her mouth open.
And of course, my late or missing husband, Albert's brother-in-law, seemed to show up from Canada for some strange reason.
Rather right under my wheel. Never had a chance.
Are you all right?
Major Magnus actually comes in the picture, and he also has feelings for Cynthia.
You're a damned attractive woman, Cynthia.
Please, remember Albert.
Simon and Magnus go at it a little bit.
So, you're the crippled half-brother of Lord Muldoon who turned up out of the blue from Canada just the other day, are you? It's taken you a long time to get here. What did you do, walk?
You have Magnus, Cynthia, Simon, Felicity. Felicity loves Simon. Simon could care less. Cynthia loves Simon. Simon is interested.
I had sort of fallen for Simon as someone to pass the time with, as I was still waiting for Albert always to come home.
Magnus loves Cynthia, but Cynthia does not return his affections.
I loved Simon, but I didn't love Simon, but I loved Simon, but I didn't love Simon.
You're a cad, Simon. You will use me and cast me aside as you have cast aside so many others.
No, Cynthia. You can make me a better person.
You're ruthless. So strong.
All of a sudden, you know, we heard some strange noises and we got really nervous, and then in came Inspector Hound.
Lady Muldoon!
This is where we meet Inspector Hound for the first time, who comes on stage with his pontoon boots and foghorn.
Eventually, Inspector Hound stumbles upon the body.
The promise of revenge! Is there anything you have forgotten to tell me?
But he was a little strange because he didn't seem to realize that he was actually supposed to be a policeman.
What are we going to do?
I'll phone the police!
But you are the police!
Thank God I'm here!
The only thing I was really nervous about was the body working. We'd have the body, and we'd have this couch on wheels, and that the couch would then roll over the body and then reveal the body in times when it needed to. And that was the only thing that I was really nervous about not working.
I come back on stage.
And here comes Simon Gascoigne. Hey, where's everybody? What's going on? And
I wanted to see Simon, but I didn't want to see Simon. But I was sad when he was shot.
Now, who killed Simon Gascoigne? And why?
Why not?
Exactly. Good riddance.
So the second half of the play is actually a bit of a twist.
Bird Boot, here's this phone ringing.
Harder still, if it is possible to be.
The phone rings, and Bird Boot gets up and answers the phone.
Hello. For God's sakes. Myrtle, I told you. Never to phone me at work.
Our play continued on again from where it had started before, and he became the Simon.
What's really troubling is that Felicity actually fell for this guy.
Oh!
Out! You!
Well, hello again.
What are you doing here?
Well,
Honestly, darling, you really are extraordinary.
yes, well, I am.
He tries to play Felicity and Cynthia like I play them.
Don't say anything for a moment. Just hold me.
All right! Let us throw off the whole shackles of the tic-tac-toe we live by.
I found this to be a little bit strange, rather upsetting.
And once he gets on the stage, Moon keeps saying to him, "Get the hell out of here, you're not part of the play." But none of the actors realize